We need your blocks. Morning, everyone. Hope you're having a really great start to your Friday. Today's practice is all about flowing, and I hope that we can find a little bit of flow today on the mat so we can try and take that off the mat and into our weekend. So if you have the need for any props, I would go ahead and grab a few props. I'm going to grab Grant some blocks. And if you don't recognize this guy, this is Grant back there. He's going to be my partner for one last day this week. If you didn't recognize him, he's got that freshly clean face. And then I have Bruno there as well that's going to help distract Grant. So we'll go ahead and get started on our mats, but grab any props that you need first. And then when you come down onto the mat, you can find any comfortable seated position to start. Maybe even rock the sit bones. You can sit on the heels. And then I just want you to close the eyes. And I think the hardest thing for us to do when we begin our practice is to let go of where we've come from, release any plans that we have in the moment. So I like to start with our 3 breaths together to help ground us. So together we'll take a big, deep inhale in through the nose. Open mouth exhale to slowly sigh it out. And again, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. And then one final time, see if you can breathe in a little bit deeper. And then exhale more of that old air out. Now we'll seal the lips. Start to bring all of your awareness to your conscious breath. So that conscious breath with the lips sealed sounds like you're fogging up a mirror on the inhale and the exhale. So constrict the back of the throat. And as you breathe in through the nose, find that constriction so you make that sound, make your breath an audible sound. And we'll take a few breaths here to get acquainted with that conscious breath. As you start to breathe, see if you can soften the muscles in the body. So I like to start at the top of the head. And right now I just noticed I was squinting my eyes even though they are closed. So bring softness to the cheeks. Bring softness to the jaw. Maybe make a little bit more space for the throat and the neck. Shoulder blades are softening down. And then don't puff the ribs out, just feel a lift up through the sternum. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. Keep the eyes closed. Let's bring the hands together now in front of the heart. Use these next couple of breaths to invite your intention into your day. So today's practice is all about finding that flow. So maybe think about going with the ebb and the flow of your day. As things come up, you handle them and then let them go. Whatever your intention is for the day, let's all take a big, deep, full breath. Help seal that intention within. And then we'll blink the eyes open. Keep that smile on your face. If you're not on the sit bones, go ahead and come onto the booty. And we'll find that cross-legged position. Ground the sit bones from side to side once again. And then on the inhale, let's sweep the arms up. Look up as the palms touch. Exhale to bring the hands down to the heart. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Look at the palms as they touch, and then exhale to bring the hands down to the heart. We're going to inhale again, bring the arms up. This time, exhale, twist to the right knee, bring the left hand on top of that thigh. And use the right hand behind you. So if you notice that it takes too much for you to press the hand back, you can always bring a block behind that back hand, and that's going to just help lift the ground up a little bit higher. Wherever you are, I want you to inhale into the body And then bring the navel towards the spine and twist a little bit deeper. Gaze over that right shoulder. Full cycle of breath here. And then you'll use your inhale to unwind, come back to center with the arms right alongside the ears. The next exhale, you'll twist to the opposite side. Bring the right hand on top of that left thigh. Lift up through the sternum. Inhale so you can feel that space being created, and then use the exhale to twist and gaze over that back shoulder. You want to pull the belly button towards the spine, but up a little bit too. And that's going to help keep the core engaged and protect the low back. Take a full cycle here to settle. On the next inhale, we'll come back to center with the arms. Look at the palms as they touch, and then exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Tuck the chin. And I want you to feel the sit bones really rooted down. And then as you start to feel the low back opening, you can walk the fingertips slightly forward. So even though I do yoga every day, you can sleep wrong and you can wake up with soreness. So today my low back is just really, really talking to me. And it's these slower poses that we do that we pause in that will help create a little bit of that space. So notice any tension that you're feeling in the body, maybe any feelings of tightness. And just be aware of what's going on so you can be careful with the body throughout the day. And we'll take another breath here. See if you can create a little bit more openness in the thighs and the low back. And then we'll cross over the ankles. Let's roll into a table pose. If table doesn't work for you, you can stay on the sit bones for a little bit, or you can roll over the mat so it protects the knees. I want you to find your foundation with the palms. Spread the fingers nice and wide, and then feel the biceps rotating inward towards one another. So you shine the inner creases at the elbows towards one another. And then I want you to feel that weight right in between the pointer finger and thumb. So a lot of times, once we get into table pose, we press into the palms, but then we're dumping the heart through the shoulders. So if you can press up, press the heart out of the shoulders, press into the palms, and find that little tiny spread of the shoulder blades so you can keep the core engaged. Take another breath here. Even though we're in table pose, this is still a strong, challenging pose. On your next inhale, let's lift the heart and press the tailbone back. Look up towards the ceiling. And then when you exhale, press the mat away, tuck the chin, spread the shoulder blades for cat pose. We'll do that one more time each. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, look up, press the tailbone back. And then we'll exhale to round. Spread the shoulder blades, belly button comes towards the spine. Find your neutral spine. Walk the knees back just a little bit so that they're not right underneath the hips. I want you to tuck the toes under. Before we lift the knees, firm the palms into your mat or into the floor. And then tuck the toes under, lift the knees maybe about 2 or 3 inches just to hover off of the floor. When you do this, press the tailbone back a little bit. Keep stretching your mat forward. Take another breath in, and then use your exhale to press up and back into downward facing dog. Whew. Let the spine settle here. When you do this, press the mat forward. Soften the heels towards the floor. Feel the hamstrings press for that back wall. As you soften the shoulders towards the sit bones, gaze at the toes or the knees. Full cycle of breath here. On your next inhale, let's come up onto the tippy toes, bend the knees. Bottom of your exhale, I want you to walk to the back of the hands. Pause here, grab onto opposite elbows, widen the feet, and then roll the weight into the toes. Tuck the chin, backs of the legs lengthening. You can even sway from side to side. When you do that, it gets into the low back, and you're also waking up the ankles. So you can kind of twist the torso from side to side. If you do that, though, keep the feet really rooted into the floor. Take one more breath. And then you'll release the hands for the ground. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Reach the crown forward. So a lot of times I'll look down, but that lifts my chin. So what I've noticed is if I look towards my toes, that lengthens the back of the neck even more. So find that length through the back of the neck. Take another breath in, roll the weight into the toes, and then exhale to forward fold. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, find your flat back. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend in the knees. On your inhale, I want you to rise all the way up. Palms are going to touch. And then exhale to bring the hands down to the heart. Close your eyes here. Root the feet into your mat. So notice, look down at the feet. See where they are and notice if they're in line with one another. And then I want you to take the inner thighs and rotate them in towards one another. And that's really going to help to drive the feet down into the floor. Lift up through the hips, sternum lifts up, and I want you to have the hands next to the body, open up the palms, and extend the fingers down intentionally. So really have the palms open. Soften the shoulders. And then we'll close the eyes here to bring all of our awareness back to our breath in mountain pose. Big, deep breath in and out. Keep the eyes closed. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Feel the palms touch overhead. As you exhale, very gently fold forward all the way down over the thighs. Use your core to bring you down. Inhale with a flat back, bring the hands to the shins, reach the head forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend in the knees, inhale to rise all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Deep breath in and out. Hands are going to come to the hips. I want you to step the left foot back. So you're going to come to the ball of the left foot. Right knee is bent to a 45-degree angle. So when we do this, ball of the left foot, so you guys can see me, ball of the left foot, and then you'll sink into this right knee. When you do this, you don't want the knee to go past the ankle, so if you notice that it is, just start to walk that right foot forward a little bit. And then that big puffy mound behind the big right toe, I want you to drive that into the floor. Lift up through the heart. Soften the tailbone down. So if you're holding on to anything in the low back here, see if you can release. And then we'll sink a little bit deeper into the front knee. Reach the heel back, almost like you're trying to press it down onto the floor. When you're ready, arms are going to come right up alongside the ears. So you'll pull this right hip back. A lot of times when we come into this pose, we start to swing the hips out. See where the knee is pointing. So I want you to pull the right hip back. Think about pointing the right knee towards the middle toe. And then you can add the arms right alongside the ears. Sink down a little bit deeper. Take another full breath. Make sure you're smiling. This is a challenging pose. You should feel the glutes firing up, the hamstring and the quad firing up. So we'll take another full breath here to settle. And then we're going to grab this left wrist with the right hand. Inhale to lengthen. I want you just to lean over towards the right. Very gentle. It's just a gentle little side stretch. Relax the left shoulder. Don't forget to breathe. One more breath in and a full breath out. Inhale to come back to center with the arms. Take another inhale to lengthen. And then your exhale is going to bring the hands all the way down to the floor. Really careful. Left palm grounds into the mat. Inhale to spiral the right hand up. When you do this, don't lose the engagement of that left leg. Keep the left leg firm. Open up through the chest. Keep pressing the ball of that right foot down. One more cycle. Look down. Use your next inhale to unwind. Right hand comes down. Engage this right leg and then spring the left foot forward next to the right. So you'll come into a forward fold. When you inhale, bring the hands back to the shins, flat back, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Palms are going to touch. Exhale to pull the hands down to the heart. So just notice now how this right leg might feel different than the left. And then we'll go on to the other side. So step the ball of the right foot back. And then notice right away if the body feels different on this side. Sink into the left knee. Notice, are we swinging the hips out to the side? Can you bring everything into center? So make any adjustments that you need to keep the hips in line. A lot of times that means we have to pull this left hip slightly back and then straighten through that leg. If you notice the left knee is going too far past the ankle, walk that right foot or the left foot forward a little bit. And then you can keep the hands at the hips if you want. You can also bring them right alongside the ears. Sink a little bit deeper into that knee. I feel a little bit of a stretch in the front of this right hip because I'm a little bit tight, but you might be feeling it in other places. Just tune in to where you are feeling the body right now. What is sticking out to you? Soften the shoulders. Take another full breath here. And grab this right hand now with the left, or the right wrist, with the left hand. Inhale to lengthen that right arm up, and then a gentle lean over to the left side. Should feel a nice stretch now along the right side of the torso. And then one more full breath. And we'll inhale to come back to center. Exhale to bring the hands all the way down slowly to the mat. Use your block if you need to. Ground the right palm onto the floor. Keep the right leg firm, and then inhale to spiral the left hand up. Keep pressing the palm into the floor. Take another cycle of breath here to open up through the collarbone. And use your next inhale to unwind. Left hand is going to come down to the floor. Engage the left leg, and then you're going to spring the right foot up next to the left. Inhale with a flat back, bring the hands to the shins, reach the crown forward. Use your exhale to fold over the thighs. Inhale to rise, arms come all the way up, palms are going to touch. Exhale to pull the hands down to the heart. Close your eyes. Big breath in and out. One more cycle. Hands to the hips. Blink the eyes open. Step into your lunge with the right foot forward, ball of the left foot. Step to the ball of the left foot. And I want you to spiral the left foot down, just the heel, so your feet are on separate lines of energy here. So if you notice, my front heel is not going to intersect with my back heel. Sink into the front knee. And then the left leg, that inner thigh, I want you to spiral it backwards, and that's going to help press the foot down into the mat. You can start with the hands at the hips. Look down, make sure that the right knee is pointed towards the middle toe. And then when you're ready, you can add the arms. When you come into warrior one here, keep the back leg nice and firm. Keep sinking into that front knee, and then notice, did you start to swing the hips up from side to side? A lot of times if you pull the torso back, the right side of the torso, that's going to help square your hips to the front. Shoulder blades come down the back. Keep pressing into both feet evenly. Full cycle here. Bring the hands together behind the back. Interlace where the right thumb is on top. And then you can just rest the thumbs on the sacrum, on the low back for now. Inhale to lift up out of the heart. And then as you exhale, I want you to hinge forward. So that right shoulder comes down towards the right knee, but I still want you to face everything forward. Tuck the chin slightly, so you're going to look down at the foot, the right foot, or down behind you at the left foot. And then if you want, you can extend the arms up, lifting the thumbs off the sacrum, almost like you're trying to extend the knuckles towards the ceiling. Keep pressing into both feet. Use your breath. Take another full cycle here. And you'll release your hands. Inhale to rise all the way back up. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Ground into this right leg. Spring forward so that the left foot meets the right. Try and do it in one motion. Really good. Step the right foot back now. Find the ball of the right foot. Spiral the heel down. Again, make sure you're on separate lines of energy with the feet. Pull the left side of the torso back so that the hips can square. Look down at the left knee and make sure that that left knee is pointing towards the middle toe. As you sink a little bit deeper into that front knee, make any adjustments that you need to so that the ankle is underneath the left knee. Maybe add the arms right alongside the ears. Soften the shoulders. Keep pressing into both feet evenly. And then that right thigh, you want to spiral to the back of the room. One more full cycle of breath here, holding into the pose. Feet are even. Let's bring the hands behind the back. Left thumb now interlaces on top. You can rest the thumbs on the sacrum. Inhale to grow tall out of the spine. And then exhale to start to hinge forward. Keep the foundation of the feet. Gaze either at the front foot or the back foot. Keep pressing into the feet and then choose if you want to lift the thumbs now off the sacrum, knuckles towards the sky. Soft elbows here, we tend to hyperextend in the elbows, so just notice or feel if you're doing that, put a slight bend there. Take another breath, pushing into both feet. And then you'll release the hands. Inhale to rise all the way back up. Hands come together. Use your exhale to bring the hands to the heart and then to the hips. In one motion, you'll step the right foot forward to meet the left. Release the hands, find mountain pose. Close the eyes. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Root the feet into the floor. So I don't want this to be a passive stance here. I want you to feel the entire body engaged. Feet are pressed into the floor. Both legs are engaged. A lift through the center of the heart. Fingers are pointing towards the floor with intention. Another full breath here. Hands come to the hips. Blink the eyes open. Bring the weight into this right leg. And I just want you to make a kickstand to start with the left toe. Lean the heel of the left foot onto the ankle. Keep this leg firm. And then you can choose if you want to bring the left foot up the leg below or above the knee joint. So if you bring it above the knee joint, you can help it into the pelvis, into the inner thigh, but again, don't rest it on the joint. And then once you find your position, you're not just pressing the foot into the leg, you're also pressing the leg back into the foot. So use that opposition to help find your balance. Don't look at us though, find that drishti or that focal point that's not moving in front of you. And then this left knee, sometimes we end up opening up the knee too much and our hips come out of alignment. So think about the hips pointing towards the corners of the mat. That's where this left knee is going to point as well. And then hands to the heart, or maybe you extend them up
like tree branches. Keep breathing here. And if you move or sway from side to side, just know that's just like a tree in the wind, right? You're flowing, you're breathing, you're moving. So take another full breath here. And then we'll all meet with the hands at the heart. Lift the left knee so it's in line with the left hip. Roll out the ankle in one or both directions, whatever feels good. Keep rooting into your right leg, and then we'll release. Start grounding the left leg into the mat. Make a little kickstand with the right toe. Lean the heel against the ankle. Lift up nice and tall. Keep this left leg nice and firm, and then you can choose where you want to put that right foot. And then find your drishti. Think about your alignment, the hip points. Grow firm through that left leg. Grow nice and tall through the spine. Again, leg pressing into foot, foot pressing into leg. And then maybe you add the arms. Add a little smile to the face, softness. Let go of the jaw if you're clenching. And then take another full breath here. First, bring the hands back together in front of the heart. And then bring the right knee in line with the hip. Root the left leg down into the floor. Roll out the ankle in one direction. A couple of points and flexes. And then release. Notice now that strength and stability you have brought into the legs. Notice the openness with the breath. And then on the inhale, let's sweep the arms back up. As you exhale, lead with the heart, dive forward, all the way down over the thighs. Inhale, flat back, bring the hands to the shins, reach the crown of the head forward. And then exhale, forward fold. You're going to plant the palms and come into a table pose. When you come into table, come all the way down, extend the legs behind you and bring the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Press the forearms into the mat for Sphinx pose. Zipper the feet together. Lift the sternum towards the chin. Press the pubic bone down. The gaze is going to be right between the thumbs. And you're going to take another full breath here. And then go ahead and bring the head down. Roll over onto your back. And then once you get onto your back, I want you to have the feet as wide as the mat. Bend the knees, have the knees fall in towards one another. Feel the head resting on the floor. Get long through the back of the neck. And then bring the knees into the chest here now. Hold the knees, feel the low back softening, tailbone presses forward. Keep the right knee hugged into the chest, extend the left leg out straight. You can rest the heel on the ground. And then keep the left hand on the right knee, open up that right arm out to a T or to a cactus. And then you'll pull the knee across the body, come onto that left hip. Take a deep breath in and out. One more breath. Really nice. And then come back into center, right foot steps onto the floor. Press into the foot so you can square the hips. You'll bring the left knee into the chest. Extend your right leg out straight. Keep the right hand on the left knee. Open up that other arm out to a cactus or to a T. And then you'll pull the knee across the body, come onto the right hip. Belly button comes in towards the spine. Take a deep breath here. Notice the sides of the body. Notice how the mind is starting to settle a little bit. And then the next inhale is going to bring you back to center. Press into the feet so that you can square the hips. And then I want you to extend the legs out along the length of your mat. Arms are right alongside the body. Close the eyes here. And we'll just take a few breaths in stillness. It's this stillness that helps to incorporate and assimilate all of the postures that you've done into the body. Gives the body to adapt to that change. So take a few breaths here for yourself. There's nothing you need to be doing, hopefully. This is your moment to rest, your moment to surrender. You'll take one more full cycle of breath here. And bring the knees into your chest. Wrap the arms around the shins and then begin to roll over onto your right side. You can rest your head on the right arm like a pillow. Bring the left palm to touch the floor. And in this moment, I want you to come back to your intention. Take a deep breath in and out. And then this last breath here, I want you to bring gratitude into your day and into your weekend. There's always someone that is less fortunate than ourselves. So in this moment, what can you find gratitude for that makes your heart feel happy, puts a smile on your face? It can be the smallest thing. It doesn't even have to be a big thing. It might just be that you were able to wake up this morning and hear the birds chirping. And when you're ready, you'll press into the palms, keep the eyes closed. Find your comfortable seated position facing forward. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. With the eyes closed, we'll take our 3 breaths to close our practice. Together, big, deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Again, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. One final time, big inhale. And exhale. Put that smile back on your face. And then when you're ready, blink the eyes open. Namaste.
Namaste.
Hey guys, I hope that you had a really great practice and you were able to find a little bit of your own flow on the mat. And you were able to connect with your breath. Remember, that breath is what's going to help you off the mat in some of those challenging times. So always come back to the breath when you need to. Hope that you take this openness with you throughout your day. And then I hope to see you back on the mat on Monday at 9 a.m. Have a really great weekend.